Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Federal authorities and their counterparts at the state and local levels of government have been called upon to immediately take proactive measures to stop the spread of Soot, which is beginning to take an increasing toll on residents of Port Harcourt, the River State capital, and its environs. The call was made by participants at a recent multi-stakeholder meeting in Port Harcourt to create awareness on the many threats of Soot to continued human survival in River State and other parts of the Niger Delta.
In the last 6 years, ambient air within and outside Port Harcourt has been seriously polluted by constant releases of particulate matter, otherwise known as soot. The spread of soot, which is as a result of incomplete combustion of organic matter, has been traced to constant flaring of associated gas by oil companies, burning of tires, and artisanal refining of petroleum products across communities in River State. At the recent stakeholder meeting convened by the Rotary Club of Port Harcourt, participants observed that a greater percentage of particulate matter pervading the atmosphere was traceable to activities of artisanal crude oil refiners operating in River State and other parts of the Niger Delta. Few months back, the atmosphere in Port Harcourt was reportedly inundated with pollutant particles surpassing a diameter of 2.5 micrometer, which is roughly 3 times above the World Health Organization's annual air quality guideline value. Chairman Planning Committee of the Stop the Soot campaign, Rotarian Inuro Wills, and Charter President Rotary Port Harcourt Echo, Emem Okon, described the prevalence of soot in Port Harcourt and its environs as unbearable for residents.
This is the biggest problem facing the population of Port Harcourt and River State. It is the biggest threat to the life and economy of River State and possibly the rest of the Delta. So air quality monitoring is just one of several other solutions that have been recommended to deal with this menace.
We are not looking at implementing this project as just one club. We are looking at a collective action. We have been able to build a network of partners. In short, as we are holding this conference today, we are also birthing that coalition that will drive this project of the Soot campaign.
At the Port Harcourt meeting organized by Stop the Soot campaigners, Dr. Raina Briggs, a public health physician, told reporters that the spread of the lethal soot has resulted in several unexplained deaths in River State.
If you look at the composition of the soot, it has chemicals that have been said to be highly carcinogenic. It means they just generate free radicals that destroys our cells, and they don't have any limit to what they can do because they are in our blood system, and there is no part of the body that the blood doesn't get to. If we do autopsies for every death that we see in this part of the world, I think we are going to make even more shocking discoveries as to why people die and the reasons why people die, so that we can proactively prevent them from happening.
In the last 6 years, thousands of jobless youths have taken to artisanal crude oil refining, while more are on the queue, desperately searching for a means to survive the prevailing hard times. Environmental geologist Dr. Giadom Ferdinand, who believes that it would be practically impossible to pull practitioners out of artisanal crude oil refining, urges the federal government to fully integrate them into the value chain of crude oil production.
Actually, I appreciate that the federal government has put in place licenses for modular refineries, but the scale and size and scope and even the complexities of managing a normal modular refinery is beyond the capacity of these artisanal refiners. So I propose that we should critically look at the alternative, which I call cellular refineries, which are micro, small refineries just on the scale that these artisans can actually manage.
Dr. Giadom Ferdinand is convinced that licensing artisanal crude oil refining in the Niger Delta offers a win-win for practitioners, the government, and society at large.
If they are licensed, we now have organized economic activities that is known to government. And then their businesses and activities can be taxed by government, and government can raise revenues. If we license them and we support them as much as possible, and then they put in place all the safety structures that will ensure that we do not unnecessarily impact negatively on the environment, then that's a win again for society, a win for environment, a win for public health, a win for livelihoods and economy.
In a series of meetings held with communities across the Niger Delta, Vice President Yemi Oshibajo had in 2017 unveiled plans by the federal government to establish modular refineries to incorporate artisanal crude oil refiners into the value chain of oil production with a grant of licenses to legalize their operations. Without a follow-up action by the federal government since then, artisanal crude oil refining has continued to grow apace in the Niger Delta at great cost to human and environmental safety as well as economic survival of Port Harcourt residents and their neighbors in the Niger Delta. This is why the Rotary Club of Port Harcourt and its partners in the Stop the Soot campaign want the government to act decisively and save lives in Nigeria's treasure base.
Inside the Niger Delta,